Good morning. Day 11 of Speaking Part 1 practice classes for IELTS examination. The topic that we are going to discuss today is neighbors. So, the first question for the class is, do you like your neighbors? Now, this is a very personal uh, answer if we say, because uh, some people are lucky to have good neighbors, some are not that fortunate to have good neighbors. So you can be thoughtful about this answer rather than being a pessimist, though we know we don't have good neighbors most of the time, but try to be optimistic and give a positive response. For the band 6, the answer would be yes, I like my neighbors. They are friendly and helpful. We sometimes talk to each other. For band 7.5, yes, I do like my neighbors. They are quite polite and supportive, and we often greet each other. Sometimes we even help each other with small things. Now, see, in the first for the band 6, the answer is nice, simple, like I like my neighbors. Then we told something about the neighbors and then my personal interaction with them. In the second one, it was the direct answer, then the answer that supports my direct answer, and then what kind of interactions do we have? Like what kind of interactions this person or the student who is giving the examination he or she has with his or her neighbors. For band 8 plus, yes, I get along quite well with my neighbors. They are friendly, respectful, and always willing to lend a hand when needed. Having such neighbor makes environment peaceful and comfortable. Now this person is very lucky, or this seems to be the luckiest person on the globe to have good neighbors. That is a miracle these days to have good neighbors. And see, for the band 7.5, the last line was sometimes we even help each other with small things. This line was told in a different manner by the student who is appearing for examination and whose target is band 11 plus. Uh, how he or she modified, or how I represented this answer for you. They are friendly and respectful and always willing to lend a hand when needed. Indirectly, this means they help us, right? So, the same thing can be told in a different manner. First, the direct answer, then why I like them, and what kind of interactions we make. And in the band 8 plus they added one more thing, that when we have neighbors the environment becomes peaceful and comfortable. But I think it's the opposite of this these days in some of the areas, if you are not fortunate like me to have good neighbors. Question second, how often do you see your neighbors? I see my neighbors almost every day because we live close to each other. Now, if they are neighbor, obviously they are living close to us. So this is a direct answer. Second, I see my neighbors quite often, usually on a daily basis when I step outside or go for a walk. See, how often do you see? If you live in a village or the countryside area in small towns, it is a common thing to see your neighbors almost daily. But if you are living in metropolitan cities and your work schedules doesn't meet, it is rare to see your neighbors. I still remember when I was in foreign, I hardly knew who lived next door. Like I was living in a building and I didn't know any of my neighbors. In a year or two, I hardly saw them for 3 or 4 times. When living in countryside area, then also if you are moving out on the daily basis, like you are going to your universities, you are going to school, you are going to out for some work or household chores, or you are just going to the local kiosk for the grocery, you can see your neighbors. But if you are a person stays mostly at home, it is even hard to see your neighbors daily in the countryside area. Like, I don't see my neighbors often. So, your answer may vary from person to person. For band 7.5, I see my neighbors quite often, usually on a daily basis, when I step outside or go for a walk. Band 8 plus answer. I come across my neighbors quite frequently, almost every day, whether it's while heading out or returning home. We usually exchange greetings. Like, this person, maybe he is a working person, more to that, some people go for a walk daily, or they walk in the park, the neighbors move out. Some people who have good neighbors, usually they go together for morning or evening walk. Sometimes they are buying uh, vegetables or do their green groceries from the local hawkers, then or the vendors, they see each other. So this person who is targeting band 8 plus, he said, I see my neighbors quite frequently. Now frequently is the time. First is the direct answer, and then they gave told us when they see their neighbors. Okay, maybe their working hours are the same. Question number 3, do you think neighbors are important? Now this is if you will ask me, when I was like 2 decades ago, I think neighbors were just like family. Like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, the things were different and the neighbors were just like your own family. But as now, if I say, I think there are many changes. No longer the neighbors seems to be like family. But yes, after family, the first person that we come across are the neighbors. So maintaining the optimism of our response, and as a person who is appearing for examination and willing to move to the foreign land, they should be very optimistic, adaptable with the situations and the environment. So giving a positive response is better rather than going for a pessimist answer. Yes, neighbors are important because they can help us in emergencies. Like, obviously, when you come across certain situations in your life, after family, neighbors are the first one to come to your home. Like when there is some accident or some tragedy, or someone leaves this uh, abode, or whenever someone dies in our family. I shouldn't be saying this, but the situations like this, whenever there are certain emergencies, like someone is not well, someone has just lost their life, then neighbors, whether we are in their talking terms or not, they are the first person to come to your place. So yes, neighbors are important. For band 7.5, yes, I believe neighbors play an important role. They can support us during difficult times and create a sense of community. Whenever there is an emergency, there is some casualties, there are certain happy moments also. There are certain situations like corona, like COVID-19, war, then something very serious in the family, then neighbors are the one who come together to help each other. And whenever there is some community program like the Nagar Kirtans, Gurpur, Shivratri, then everyone comes together to make the happy or to celebrate together. So yes, a sense of community comes through the neighbors only. If the target is band 8 plus, absolutely. Neighbors are essential in building a supportive community. They can offer help in emergencies and contribute to a safe and friendly environment. They said, yeah, of course, neighbors are essential. Now, what is the add-ons for the band 8 plus? The vocabulary like essential, supportive community, contribute to a safe and friendly environment. If your neighbors are good, you will be happy. If your neighbors are not good, you won't be happy, because almost neighbors have sharing walls. If you live in your ancestral home or your own individual properties, they know everything what is going into your home. Even for your safety, even for your safety, for cooperation, and even for the times when we need someone to talk. If we have good neighbors, we can be very happy, peaceful, and feel safe. But if your neighbors are not good, you will not feel safe. You will always be stressed out. You will feel like you should move out from this place, because the positivity ambience of your home sometimes, or we can say almost every time, depends upon who you are sharing the walls of your home with. So if the neighbors are kind, you can feel the kindness. If they are humble, you can feel the humbleness. But if you are bad, they are gossipers, they talk at your back, then you will not feel safe. So, a neighbor has to be very, very human. If they are not human, you will always feel insecure, you will not feel safe. For the safety and for mental peace, our neighbors should be kind. So, somewhere saying neighbors are important, yes, they are important, because they somewhere uh, affect your mental health, your physical well being, and somewhere your family atmosphere. Because the place where we live, we need that place to be peaceful. And for the peace of the home, the neighbor should be the one who can feel who can make you feel like home. I still remember people who were my neighbors 20 years ago made me feel very good, because they were positive. They were second family. But if I say in today's time, no, the neighbors don't make you feel that safe. When you especially are women, it is very difficult to survive with bad neighbors. Now, next question is, have you ever helped your neighbor? Obviously, I don't think there is any one person, even the worst person on the globe, might have helped their neighbor once in a while. So, I think this is like, this would be a positive answer for everyone. Yes, I have. I have helped my neighbors with small things like carrying bags. Simple and very natural answer, I will say. Band 7.5. Yes, I have helped my neighbors on several occasions, such as assisting them with groceries or small household tasks. Like usually, when an older citizen or the senior citizen is our neighbor and we come across them, mostly we help them, like just moving them, helping them to move the furniture, or getting them what they ask us for, or just helping them by carrying their bags. So this is the simple we can do for our neighbors. For band 8 plus, yes, I have helped my neighbors quite a few times, especially with daily chores or when they needed assistance. It feels good to support people around you. If I will go for my personal choice, for in the year 1997, my grandmother passed away, and I think my neighbors were the first people who came to our home, and they did everything they could. Like, my mother was not sure about many things, and I was way too younger, and my father was always living abroad, so he was also not very sure about many things. But they stood up as elder brother or sister to my mother and my father, and they did everything. And whenever I fall sick, they were the first one to take me to the hospital. So this is a personal experience, how good neighbors help you. So this is the help they have always provided us or assisted. The ones who were staying, our neighbors, like 20 years ago, I'm talking about them. So, to have such neighbors is a blessing. But if I say for today's sake, I don't think so. The situations are the same. But yes, I have also helped my neighbors many times. But nowadays, people are not that grateful. What qualities make a good neighbor? I think a good neighbor should be honest and should not gossip. I think that is the foremost. For the band 6 answer, a good neighbor should be friendly and helpful. Band 7.5, I think a good neighbor should be polite, well mannered, respectful. They should know how to respect their elders, and they should be respectful to the youngers also in their tone, and always ready to help others. Like a good neighbor is one who will help you or take your help, and both way they will be very humble in their approach. I think the kind of neighbors who want to make the fun of others whom are not good neighbors, or the one who talk at your back are not good neighbors, or the neighbors who have the habit of peeping into others whom are also not good neighbors. A good neighbor is one who is optimistic, very friendly, respectful, and know the boundaries. Now the band 8 plus answer. In my opinion, a good neighbor is someone who is considerate, respectful of others' privacy, and willing to offer help when needed. And they are not rude, and they are not someone who will brag about helping you. I remember someone's father died, and their neighbor just helped them when that person lost their father. And when they had a minor argument, they even said that I was the one who came when your father was dead. ਸੋ ਪੀਪਲ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਆ ਉਹ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ, ਸੋ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਨੇਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਵੀ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਸਮਵੇਅਰ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਛੀ ਸੋਚ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੇਬਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਇਜ਼ ਫੋਰਮੋਸਟ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ। ਸੋ ਲੁਕਿੰਗ ਐਟ ਦ ਵਰਲਡ ਐਂਡ ਜਸਟ ਓਬਜ਼ਰਵਿੰਗ ਦ ਪੀਪਲਸ ਡਾਇਲੋਗਸ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਡੇਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਆਨਸਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਉਨਾ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਕੋਰ ਬੈਟਰ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਡੇਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਤੋਂ ਜਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਸ ਸਿਨੈਰੀਓ ਨੂੰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉਸ ਕਨਵਰਸੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੋ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆਨਸਰ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅੱਛੇ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਬਣਦੇ ਹੋ। ਜਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੇਟਿਵ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹੋ, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਦ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੇਟਿਵ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਜੋ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੈ ਆਪਾਂ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਡੇਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਨਸਰ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਆ। ਐਂਡ ਜਦ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਹੈ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਪ੍ਰੈਸਿਵ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੋਕੈਬਲਰੀ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਫॉर द टॉपिक नेबर्स, फर्स्ट वर्ड है फ्रेंडली, काइंड एंड प्लेजेंट। हेल्पफुल, जो लोग ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਵਿਲਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਹੈਲਪ। ਸਪੋਰਟਿਵ, ਜਦ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਲਪ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਇਨਕਰੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਇਨ ਅ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਮੈਨਰ। ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟਫੁਲ, ਜੋ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕੁਝ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਟੂ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਬਾਏ them। ਪੋਲਾਈਟ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੇ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਤਹਿਜ਼ੀਬ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਕੰਸੀਡਰੇਟ, ਉਹ ਲੋਕੀ ਜੋ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਹਰਟ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਸਹੀ ਰਹੇਗੀ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਵਿਦਆਊਟ ਸ਼ੋ ਆਫ। ਕੋਆਪਰੇਟ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ? ਵਰਕਿੰਗ ਵੈਲ ਟੂਗੈਦਰ, ਜਦ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਫਰੇਜ਼ਿਸ, ਗੈਟ ਅਲੋਂਗ ਵੈਲ, ਹੈਵਿੰਗ ਅ ਗੁੱਡ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ, ਜਦ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਲਦੀ ਬਣਨੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ। ਲੈਂਡ ਅ ਹੈਂਡ, ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ। ਲਿਵ ਨੀਅਰ ਬਾਏ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਛਾਗੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕੀਪ ਇਨ ਟੱਚ, ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਹੈਲਪ ਇਨ ਐਮਰਜੈਂਸੀ, ਜਦ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਡਿਫੀਕਲਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੈਂਸ ਆਫ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ, ਜਦ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਆ, ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਆ। ਐਡਜੈਕਟਿਵਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਫਰੈਂਡਲੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਕਾਇੰਡ, ਚੰਗੇ ਤੇ ਨਿਮਰ। ਮਾਈ ਨੇਬਰਸ ਆਰ ਵੈਰੀ ਫਰੈਂਡਲੀ। ਨੋਇਜ਼ੀ ਜਾਂ ਨੋਜ਼ੀ, ਮੇਕ ਅ ਲੋਟ ਆਫ ਮੇਕ ਅ ਲੋਟ ਆਫ ਨੋਇਜ਼, ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਉਣਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਈਆਂ ਦੇ ਨੇਬਰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਵੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੌਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਦੁਪਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ, ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ ਨੈਪ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਈਦਰ ਉਹ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਵੋਕਲ ਕਾਰਡ ਹੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਾਈ ਪਿਚ 'ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਿਨ ਲਾਈਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਇੰਨੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਾਫ ਆਫ ਦ ਸਟਰੀਟ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੋਨੀ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵਟ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਟੋਕਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ। ਸੋ ਦੇਅਰ ਆਰ ਪੀਪਲ ਹੂ ਕਾਂਟ ਬੀ ਪੋਲਾਈਟ, ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੌਂਕਿੰਗ ਆਫ ਹੌਰਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਆ, ਹੌਰਨ ਵਜਾਈ ਜਾਓ, ਉੱਚੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਓ, ਲਾਈਕ ਸੱਚ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਆਫ ਨੇਬਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਰੀਟੇਟਿੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਦੇ ਮੀਨ noisy, the one who makes a lot of noise, like normal interaction ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਪ੍ਰੂਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ। ਹੈਲਪਫੁਲ, the one who are willing to help। ਕੇਅਰਿੰਗ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਸਰਨ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰਦੇ, ਲਾਈਕ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਵੈਨ ਆਈ ਲੋਸਟ ਮਾਈ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਮਦਰ। ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟਫੁਲ, ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੋਲਾਈਟ, ਅਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਥੋਟਫੁਲ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਲਾਈਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਯੈਸ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੇ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਗਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਫੀਲ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ। ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਨੇਬਰ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਬਣਨੇ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਗੋਲਡਨ ਟਿਪ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਇਸ ਆਨਸਰ ਲਈ? ਲਾਈਕ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਆ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਲਾਈਫ ਤੋਂ, ਪਰਸਨਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਅੱਛੇ ਆਨਸਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਅਤੇ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਆਨਸਰ ਦਿਓ, ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰੋ ਉਸ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਆਨਸਰ ਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਰੀਅਲ ਲਾਈਫ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿਓ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਕਰੋ। ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨੇਬਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਦੱਸੋ। ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਫਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸਿਸ ਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤੇ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਇਹ ਆਨਸਰ ਹੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਬਣਨਾ ਸੀ। ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸਿਸ ਐਡ ਔਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਇਹ ਰੈਂਬਲਡ ਜਾਂ ਰੋਬੋਟਿਕ ਆਨਸਰ ਲੱਗਣਾ। ਸਿੰਪਲ ਵੋਕੈਬਲਰੀ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੋ, ਅਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਟੋਨ ਆ ਨਾ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਹਿੰਦੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨੇਟਿਵ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਰੋ, ਅਤੇ ਆਨਸਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਮੋਰਾਈਜ਼ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਇਸ ਆਨਸਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਐਡ ਔਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰੋ, ਐਂਡ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰੋ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਨਵਰਸੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਸਕੋ। ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਆ। ਠੀਕ ਆ? ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਫॉर ਲਿਸਨਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਹੈਵ ਅ ਗੁੱਡ ਡੇ।